Well, welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite modern CGC 9.8 key issues, kind of featuring one of the only sort of newer villains, modern villains that I got really excited about and really felt compelled to go out and buy a bunch of books of the character. Making a video at this time I think is appropriate because I'm noticing some of the prices certainly coming down to sort of, I would say, the past year of pricing history, where it was at one certain level and now you're seeing a couple, kind of come down to another level, and it kind of makes sense given the sort of environment for this book and this character too. So we'll kind of get into all the details. Obviously, you probably notice here, if you're not familiar with the book, it's a Teen Titans number 12. It's the first full appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. And yeah, again, one of my favorite modern key issues. The Batman Who Laughs, a good way to think of him, he's sort of like a corrupted Batman by Joker in an alternate universe, sort of, in like a multiverse kind of thing. Sort of a part of the whole DC Dark Knight's Metal series. So Teen Titans number 12, though, was the first full appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. Yeah, great, cool new villain. I do have 3 other secondary sort of key issues related to the Batman Who Laughs too that I want to recommend and show you guys too. That, if you wanted to go after something besides Teen Titans number 12. But, just kind of made up my mind, just really liking the Batman Who Laughs. So, Teen Titans number 12, you do want to get kind of the first print. This is the cover with the Batman Who Laughs on it. There's another cover too, so you want to grab this cover. There's that foil edition out there too, which, I would just kind of put your money toward the first print version of it. But I got 3 in the raw, and it was, again, just a book about a year and a half ago now. I drilled down. I just wanted to grab kind of as much as I could. And let's talk about the CGC 9.8, because some of the prices I'm seeing are quite, getting attractive. So I wanted to make a video, and just really quick, there's look this morning, 500 CGC 9.8s in the blue label on the census this morning. 32.7% is the CGC 9.8 ratio. So this book for a really long time was, 350 was like normal to see. And and it really shot up there too because, I mentioned about a year and a half ago was when I had sort of made a choice to kind of go after this book. And I was a little bit early. I purchased mine for about, I think it was $210 or $220. So I purchased it before it really shot up to that sort of 350 level when, about a year ago, everyone started to really like Batman Who Laughs, and then the Batman Who Laughs limited series was just sort of announced, and then it came out, and there was like 7 issues of that, kind of a Scott Snyder, the Batman Who Laughs series. So during that whole time, this book was like 350. So looking on eBay in the past little bit, in the last month here, you are seeing some for like over 300 still, but saw one for $279.99, and then saw another one for $286 that had went. Nice looking ones, kind of in the new case, CGC 9.8, white pages. So, the prices are definitely coming down below 300 for this book. Wanted to mention too, team member Jerry let me know he grabbed one. I don't think it was on eBay, so maybe a direct buy it was, for $250. So, for a book that pretty much for the last year has been going for $350, sometimes I've seen even more too, like I think I saw a couple go for over $400. To see some going for sort of $250 and under $300, I think it could be one to buy in this environment. And since I'm seeing lower prices, I did want to kind of make the video and let you guys know, if you really like the Batman Who Laughs, certainly this book all last year was really, you couldn't even think about getting it below 300. Some of them reaching over 400, as I said. So yeah, price is cooling off a bit. Now, I think, if you want to be sometimes really conservative about these things, so I think the lowest this book will ever go, I think, I'm thinking first appearance of Bane, which in the CGC 9.8 is, about $210 to, $220 is a pretty decent deal for that book. So I don't see this ever going below that, but I think there's a lot more positives over the Bane book for this book. You know, for a modern book, you know, this one came out in 2017 here. 32.7%. That CGC 9.8 ratio is not, you know, it's pretty rare for like a very modern book. A lot of times the 9.8 ratios for modern books are like 80%, you know, 70, 80% of all the graded copies are CGC 9.8s. Whereas this book, all the graded copies, only 32.7% of them are CGC 9.8. So that's pretty low for a modern book. So I can understand the price premium for this book. Bane, I believe, has a similar CGC 9.8 ratio, but given that it's like a 20-year-old book, you would sort of expect that. So I think that's one of the things going for it. It looks pretty good on the census for a modern book. And second thing, you know, this is, I think, the main villain out of this DC multiverse kind of, you know, story arc that they're going with across so many titles. And, you know, obviously Into the Spider-Verse, so there's been like a sort of Marvel multiverse sort of movie, and I think, you know, some of the speculation for some of the later phases coming up for Marvel are a lot sort of multiverse based. So, if DC ever comes out with a multiverse type of movie, which I almost assume will sort of happen in the next 10 to 20 years, it's a good bet that the Batman Who Laughs could be the villain for those movies. Or certainly involved or in the movie or in some way or another. Bit of a speculation, like I wouldn't say that's the reason to buy this book, but considering, yeah, DC's just sort of come out with their, you know, sort of normal movies, but if they ever want to do something different, like DC Multiverse, alright, even a Dark Knight's Metal movie would be kind of cool. So, yeah, given that, you know, it's pretty rare on the census, I did want to mention that, and you know, in the interim, you could maybe see this, you know, get to closer to that Bane price range. Like I think, you know, still I would probably just jump in there and grab it for $250, but around that Bane price, I think is rock bottom for this. And then there's a really good chance that there could be a lot of movie buzz or you know, something could happen with this book, and it would really jump in price, I think. So Teen Titans number 12. Yeah, I mentioned too, there's that foil edition, the convention edition. You just want to get the first print. This is the one the collectors want. It's like probably 3 times more expensive in the CGC 9.8 than that foil edition. But yeah, first full appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. In this book too, it's pretty cool. He like mind controls the Riddler and sort of has the Riddler do his deeds on Earth while he's like hanging out in his parallel universe or other universe or whatever it is. Yeah, so Batman Who Laughs, such a cool character. It's one that kind of caught my attention out of modern characters, which is kind of rare. Like usually, you know, I really pick and choose with modern characters, and decided to really go with this one. And yeah, I just think for good reason. It's a well-collected book, and with the prices cooling off in the CGC 9.8, if you're in the market, now is kind of a pretty good time to kind of dip your toes in, I think, and look for a deal closer to $250. So I mentioned too, I got 3 other books that I purchased in the raw that I think are definitely worthy secondary key issues that you could buy if you really like the Batman Who Laughs. So first one, got 2 copies of this, the Immortal Men number 3, and it's a really cool Jim Lee, Scott Williams Batman Who Laughs cover. Yeah, just really cool. You know, I just grabbed 2 in the raw cover price at my shop when I saw them, and yeah, I want Jim Lee Batman Who Laughs, and I was sold. So didn't check out 9.8 prices for this book too, and there could literally be none. I have no clue. But whether in the raw or if, you know, Jim Lee Batman Who Laughs cover, I think this has got potential to be one that you could pretty much buy for probably cover price. And you know, it's such a cool issue too, such a cool cover. Immortal Men number 3. That was Jim Lee Batman Who Laughs cover. Another one I happened to grab is yeah, the Dark Knight's Batman Who Laughs one-off, and this is the origin of the Batman Who Laughs. Yeah, it's a Jason Fabic cover, I believe this is, and it's got the kind of foil cover, kind of bringing the 90s back for a bit there with the foil covers. But yeah, origin of Batman Who Laughs. Saw this in CGC 9.8 kind of in an auction. You probably get it for like, you know, maybe like 60 to 70 bucks. But yeah, probably really cool if you're a big Batman Who Laughs fan. Origin of Batman Who Laughs, yeah, Dark Knight's Batman Who Laughs, number 1, one-off, is definitely one to get. And last one here that I grabbed a couple of is Dark Knight's Metal #2. This is the Francesco Mattia variants. These are first prints too, and Dark Knight's Metal #2, the Mattia variant. And this is the first cameo appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. And there was, I don't believe it says that though on the CGC label, because I think the real cameo appearance was, it was like the preview book for Dark Knight's Metal series that had all the sort of alternate universe villains in that book. And that was officially the first cameo appearance, I believe, of the Batman Who Laughs. And I don't have that book, but that might be another cool one to look at. But this one does, I believe, at the end of the book, have a really nice cameo page of the Batman. So there's a cameo of the Batman Who Laughs in this book. And yeah, Dark Knight's Metal 2. These are pretty well collected among Batman Who Laughs fans, this issue, the Mattia variant, because there's a lot of other variant covers. So yeah, those 3 secondary issues, kind of off the radar. I really like that Jim Lee Immortal Men #3. And then the one-off origin of the Batman Who Laughs, and then Dark Knight's Metal #2. But yeah, I did just want to bring out my kind of Teen Titans haul, Teen Titans 12 haul, first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs, because yeah, there's sort of Miles Morales. First Miles Morales is a really modern book I really like. There's Teen Titans 12, another modern book I really like, and then other modern books are kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 51. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 95 and 97. Those are sort of all the issues associated with first Jennika, the female Ninja Turtle. And besides that, like, I'm, not too excited about, a lot of other modern books. And, I kind of do like the Weapon H issue. I do want that one in the CGC 9.8, but that's not rare at all. It's like $75. So, not too many raw books that get me excited, but this one did, and I think for good reason. And I think, speculating a bit, but given that sort of multiverse story arcs are so popular, I think it's just a matter of time before there's a movie, and Batman Who Laughs on the big screen would be really interesting. And I think right now he's definitely a cult comic book community character. Like, I don't think anybody in sort of outside of the comic book community knows the Batman Who Laughs. So a lot of potential for, mainstream promotion possibly one day, and this could be worth a lot more. And then that wild card, I think, is for modern book. 32.7% is the CGC 9.8 ratio. Pretty relatively rare. I know that doesn't look low for like an 80s book if you're used to looking at sort of 80s ratios, but 32.7% for modern, like a book that had, just come out when collecting's really popular, and for some reason this one kind of is pretty relatively rare in the CGC 9.8, with that 32.7% of all graded copies being 9.8. It's like Ultimate Fallout 4, which I've mentioned looks really good compared to a lot of other modern CGC 9.8 key issues on the census. That 9.8 ratio is 29-ish%. So that's pretty low for a modern, this being 32, but the lower the better, so this being 32.7%. Is right neck and neck sort of with Ultimate Fallout 4. So yeah, I think over time, Ultimate Fallout 4 and this issue could be really like great bread and butter modern CGC 9.8 comic books to get. And since the price is pulling back, you get this closer to $250. I think that would be a great price. So yeah, I know Jerry on the team there, who's one of our original team members, had grabbed one, and I thought that was a great buy at $250. And yeah, again, there could be a bit of more of a lull, and it might get the lowest. Again, I mentioned that Bane price, but I would just buy maybe possibly I would probably step in at that point and get another one in the CGC 9.8. The prices ever got to like $225-ish. And a lot of possibility for future promotion, and just not even thinking about some of these technical reasons that we kind of went through. I just think he's a cool-ass character. Like, I think that's a really good idea, like a corrupted Batman by the Joker in an alternate universe, and he's kind of got, like, these Spawn elements about him because, Greg Capullo sort of originally was doing the Dark Knight's Metal, so he's got, like, these chains coming, and I just think he's super cool, and I'm sure a lot of other people think that way. And if more people are introduced to him, I think they'll feel that way, too. So, lots of potential for it just to be that one modern villain, cool villain, and with so much potential, I think. Okay, yeah, kind of, always like to kind of show off my Teen Titans 12 haul. Yeah, one regret actually I'll share with on my local con 2 years ago. There was two perfect Teen Titans 12s first prints for like 70, 80 bucks Canadian, I think it was. And there was two of them, and I didn't buy them. And like, I had three. I was lucky to kind of grab three of them, but I always wish I got those two because then I'd have five in the raw of the first print. But yeah, and they're really good. Just looking at them, there might be a dink or two on it. Like, they're pretty much 9.6s, I would say. I don't know if they're 9.8s, but they look really fresh, and maybe a dink on all of them on the spine, but really nice ones. Yeah, so Teen Titans number 12, first full appearance of Batman Who Laughs, I think is a great modern first appearance of a sweet villain that has a lot of potential. And yeah, it's pretty expensive, but I think for good reason, and pretty rare on the census, so lots of good reasons to go out and grab this one, I think. Alright, thanks for watching today, and I'd invite you to join the team and subscribe to Team CGC 9.8. Hit the bell, get all their latest notifications, and add me on Instagram and Twitter too. Yeah, all the links in the description below for that. But, yep, Teen Titans number 12, I think, definitely a top modern pick for me, and one that caught my eye when not a lot of modern CGC 9.8 books do catch my eye, so yeah, one to watch out for if you like the Batman Who Laughs. Thanks for watching today. Yeah, appreciate all the comments as always. And message me on Instagram too if you'd like to talk about comics or let me know some completed listings. Yeah, I'm getting a good list of completed sales from the team for the next pricing video, which maybe be tomorrow, but I might do an unbox tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks so much for watching today, though. I'll see you on the next one.